welcome back, everybody. My first guest tonight is a congresswoman from California known for her tough questioning in congressional hearings. You might recognize a few of these moments.
Do you know what an REO is?
An Oreo?
No, not an Oreo, an REO. Will you commit to the CDC right now using that existing authority to pay for diagnostic testing free to every American regardless of insurance?
Well, I can say that we're going to do everything to make sure everybody can get the care they need.
What is the cost of a first-class postage stamp?
55 cents.
Just wanted to check. What about to mail a postcard?
I don't know.
Please welcome Congresswoman Katie Porter. Congresswoman Porter, thanks so much for being here.
I'm glad to be with you.
Here's the thing. I have to watch a lot of congressional hearings as part of the job just to see what's going on. You know, often I have it on mute. When I see that you're asking the questions, I take it off mute.
You're not missing much.
I
You're
know.
not missing much.
No, when I see that it's you, I take it off mute because I know that you usually have a pretty clear point of view and you don't take any BS. When you know that somebody has been obfuscating, are you just salivating to get your questions out?
Well, I mean, I think it's often not so much that they're being untruthful, is that they're being incompetent. And I think that's where years of teaching students really comes in handy. I mean, I really appreciate all the students who came in hungover, unprepared, didn't do the homework, because that's really an awful lot like questioning Trump administration officials. So when I was talking with Secretary Ben Carson, you know, I am no stranger to people nodding along as if they're following me and having no idea, and that's pretty clearly what he was doing.
Sometimes your questioning actually seems like a teacher, and I think you might have learned it, correct me if I'm wrong, from your mentor, Elizabeth Warren. Seen here, I believe you're being presented a Medal of Excellence of some kind by Elizabeth Warren?
Oh, yes, that is the highly coveted Bankruptcy Medal of Excellence.
This was at law school, I assume, and not in bankruptcy court?
Correct. That's from Harvard Law School. She was my professor for bankruptcy class, and I received that medal, beating out the student who had actually received the A+.
Oh,
but
wow.
it was the A, but I think I was her favorite because I got the medal.
What's the best advice she's given you, both then and now that you're in Congress? What has she told you?
The very best advice she's ever given me is, as I've gone through my career, there have been things that I've wanted to do that have not been possible. And she's always said to me, doors are going to close and others are going to open. It's your job to be watching for them opening, and you have to decide if you want to walk through. But she has this concept that as one opportunity's gone, another one will come forward. And so not to spend any time lamenting the past and just be looking for that next door to walk through.
You are known to be, I mean, it's something that is sort of very unique. You're the only single mom in Congress right now. And you have 3 kids, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I have
It varies from day to day?
Yeah, no, it really does. So I have a high schooler, a middle schooler, and an elementary schooler. Today was their first day of in-person education. And the high schooler I took, and the high school called me 5 minutes later and said, come get them. You're here at the wrong day, wrong time, wrong place, all of those things. My middle schooler started walking to school and got lost, despite the fact that he's gone to that school for 6 years. And I haven't seen my elementary schooler or heard from the school, so I assume she ran off to Mexico at this point, frankly.
All right, well, you seem pretty relaxed about it. That's good.
They're lightly supervised children.
They're free range, like chickens.
Yeah, it's like lightly buttered. It's how we all want to think we have our toast.
Which is harder, working in Congress or working with 3 children, being a single mom of 3? Because I imagine Congress is a little hard to control as well.
The 3 children are definitely tougher. They're tougher on me. I have never encountered a witness that was even close to as difficult as any one of my children when they're behaving. But
do your children debate you? Do they debate you? Because my children debate me.
Debate me. They troll me. My one son has a sign on his door that says 0 emissions 2030 or do not enter.
Nice. Nice. Now, you're sponsoring a new bill in Congress that strengthened Congress's power to check the executive branch and prevents abuses of power by the president. Is that inspired by anyone in particular, ma'am?
No, no. Just my general concern about executive power. I mean, of course, it's inspired by Donald Trump. This is a man who, I think when you have people expanding the role of executive power, but they're using it relatively competently, it seems okay. But here we have someone who's expanding the role of executive power and making a mess of it. But I really do think there is a point here that's not just about Donald Trump, but it's really about the role of Congress in the federal government. And some of my colleagues will say we're three co-equal branches of government. Malarkey, we are not three co-equal branches of government. The legislative branch is the preeminent branch of government. And those other people, the president, the Supreme Court, they are subservient to us because we are the branch that are closest to the people. And that's exactly how the founders intended it to be. Or maybe I tell myself that because I'm a lowly House member, but it works for me.
Sure, it makes you feel better. But for your bill to have effect, a president has to sign it. What do you think the odds are that Donald Trump would sign the bill limiting his own power?
None.
What about Joe Biden? Do you think that Joe Biden would sign a bill like this? Because I have asked Joe Biden, I asked other people who are running for president, not only this time, but Mrs. Clinton, and then back in 2008, would you give up any of the power established by the previous president or grabbed or accumulated by the president? No one ever named the thing they would give up.
Yeah, no, because if you ask somebody like, hi, can I have half your Oreos? They're going to say the same thing. No, I want them all. So it's not about asking the president. It's about the American people demanding responsive government. And that means reallocating and making sure things like the power to declare war, the power of the purse, that these things are appropriately congressional powers. So the people need to bring the pressure on the president. I don't think any president would willfully choose to give up power, but that's not their choice. It's our decision about how to allocate this power. The American people's decision.
Do you think Congress doesn't flex its muscles enough?
Oh, I agree. I think our muscles are downright flabby. I think it's really, really been illustrative for the American people. Every day I see these tweets and messages, and they all say the same thing: do something. Do something. Don't tell me what Donald Trump's doing wrong. Do something about it. But the truth is, we've allocated so much power to the executive that it actually is hard for us to take action. And some of that power presidents have kind of usurped. Some of it's Congress has given away. But I do think there's a need to rebalance that going forward.
Let's say President Porter someday gets to sit in that chair. What's the first power you say, I don't need this one?
Oh, I think we ought to allocate more immigration power to Congress, away from the president. I think that immigration is such a big economic issue. It's such a big social issue. I don't think it's something that we ought to have kind of solely a national security frame on. So I think that's something where the diversity of the country debating the issue will actually get us to a better balance than one person making those decisions, because they might bring, say, racism or maybe xenophobia into their decision making.
Well, Congressman Porter, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
And please continue to give them the most reasonable hell. Congresswoman Katie Porter, everybody. We'll be right back with CBS sports star Tony Romo.